Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. I haven't done a video like this in a while, and there are really a lot of books that I want to talk about, but I just grabbed the one book that I've gotten most recently, or at least the one book I've been enjoying the most that I've picked up recently. The bookshelf is getting a little out of hand. And obviously, we've got some cameras here to talk about as well. So yeah, let's just get started. First of all, this Canham, I'm not sure exactly the best way to pronounce it. This is a 4x5 camera that I am currently renting from Midwest Photo. We wanted to do something different, something fun together, so I went to Midwest Photo and hopped on an Instagram Live and basically just showed a few of the things in their used gear inventory, and basically had everybody on Instagram Live vote on what they wanted me to rent. And it was down between this and the Contax G1, or no, the Contax G2. Both of those people were voting for, and this one kind of took the lead. So I've currently got this on loan to do a video with it. I'm planning on shooting in the studio, doing some 4x5 portraits. It's been over 8 years since I shot 4x5, so I was really excited about this once I brought this home, and after kind of tinkering around with it a little bit, I realized maybe 4x5 is right for me right now. I've had just dozens of questions over the years, like, when are you going to shoot large format again? Why haven't you done a video on large format? And to be completely honest, it's just because I haven't felt the need, and I haven't felt like large format was the right speed for me. For a lot of the stuff I've been shooting over, the last, basically as long as I've had this YouTube channel, a lot of the stuff I've been shooting for years has just been whatever catches my eye and sort of just spur of the moment kind of thing. So it's usually quick, usually made with a camera I'm just carrying with me, not really going out specifically to shoot photos, but my kind of speed and workflow has changed a lot this year, and I think now is the time for me to get back into large format. Which brings me to this camera. So this camera is just a loaner. I'm returning this camera. If I were to buy a 4x5 camera, this is not the one I would want to buy. I would want something a little bit lighter and just a little bit different in operation, which is where this comes in. This is a brand new Chamonix 4.5 N2. I've always really liked the way Chamonix cameras look and even operate as well, so that's kind of always been in the back of my mind. If I ever wanted to get back into large format, that's kind of where I was leaning. And I actually came across a really great YouTube video by Todd Corral. I'll put a link down below. This is maybe the first time I've ever watched a review or a video on a camera that completely sold me on it. So it's interesting the amount of times I've had people say, oh yeah, I bought a Leica M6 or RZ67 or whatever it may be because I watched your video. Like, I've heard that a million times, but I've never really had that same kind of thing. This is how I came to this camera. Todd's video really sold me on it, and I went ahead and ordered it. Got a Nikkor 150mm f5.6. It's a Copal Zero, so I got that lens for it. I obviously am not using this tripod. I got a different tripod for it, but the Chamonix 4.5 N2, this is going to be sort of what I use to get into large format and start shooting it regularly, which I'm super excited about, but I am still going to make a video on the KB Canham camera as well. So you can expect videos from both of these, and actually another large format camera. Right after I ordered this Chamonix 4.5 N2, I spoke with the people over at Intrepid. I recently did a video on their enlarger setup. I tested that out in our darkroom here, and it was great, and they had a successful Kickstarter and everything. They are actually sending, and it should be here sometime today, I think, their Intrepid 4x5 Black Edition. So I am also going to be doing a video on that camera, but instead of keeping the camera, I've decided I want to do a giveaway and just give that camera away to one of you guys in the review. So I spoke with Intrepid. They said that sounds great. They're more than happy to supply the camera knowing that I'm going to give it away. I clearly already have a 4x5 camera ready to go, and this one's going to be returned, and the Intrepid camera I'm going to give away. So super excited about that. My dude Bray Hunziker, he recently did a video on that camera, his first time shooting 4x5, so if you haven't seen that one, definitely check it out, but I'm excited to shoot that camera as well. All of the other sort of 4x5 stuff, I've got my film holders here. I went ahead and loaded these today. I've got Ilford HP5, obviously, although I do plan on shooting some FP4 and probably some Delta 100 as well. And I'll probably deviate from Ilford films. I'll probably shoot some Portra and stuff like that, but this is really mostly going to be black and white for me when it comes to 4x5. And I've got Mod 54 to process everything here in our darkroom. I used this when it was first released all those years ago, so it was funny to buy one of those again because I think I used it maybe 3 times, and then after that I sold my Crown Graphic and haven't touched 4x5 since. But got all of that stuff. This Minolta spot meter, this is the spot meter F, so this can do flash or ambient light, but wanted to get back into spot metering as well since I'm going to be doing large format and I want to really try and make the most out of these negatives. And I guess the last thing in the large format space I should mention is Matt Mirage, who is from Columbus, Ohio, has an amazing channel, Large Format Friday. Every Friday he's got a new video doing something with large format, mostly 8x10, but also some 4x5, even ultra large format stuff. Matt's great. I actually took Matt's very first large format workshop all the way back in 2013. But he works at Midwest Photo. I've known him forever because of taking that large format workshop all those years ago. And I'm stoked to see what Matt is doing on YouTube. So I'm going to put a link down below. If you're interested in anything large format, definitely check Matt out. He's amazing. I've been just basically binging his entire channel since I've decided to get back into large format. And obviously guys like Nick Carver, Ben Horn, Todd Coral, like I mentioned earlier, I'm really loving his channel as well. A lot of great large format stuff on YouTube. I don't know necessarily that I'm going to be a large format channel now, but I am going to be shooting a lot of large format this summer, and I hope to bring you guys along for at least some of the process. I should also mention I have a Polaroid 405 back that I can use on this camera here. And I'm going to be shooting 3 packs of FP3000B. My man Scotty Perry, he had a ton of this for sale. And the prices today hurt, but this is really the only film that I genuinely miss. A film that's been discontinued that makes me sad anytime I think about that. FP3000B, this is a really special film to me, so I bought a few packs of it. I want to shoot a few more packs, kind of talk about why I love this film so much, and almost give this film a little eulogy. So I'll probably dig through some of my old negatives and old prints from this film and shoot with it as well. So I've got some that I can shoot in one of the 4x5 cameras, but I also have a 600 SE coming, the Goose. That was a camera I used religiously way back in the day, but that's one of the cameras I sold to fund my M6 back in 2013. So I'm gonna have fun shooting with that camera again for the first time in 8 years. All of that stuff you can expect videos on. I don't know exactly when. We've got tons of videos that are like currently in the works and being filmed, videos that are being planned for. It's a busy time, but a lot of 4x5 coming, obviously. One thing my good friend Chris Ray made happen, this is the Black Jet. I don't even know exactly what this is called, the TX4DS. This is a media reader. Basically, you have this housing right here with all of these different bays, and they have different sizes that you can basically build it out to however you want it. But these little modules will slide in and out, so you can basically mix and match things. For instance, this one here has 2 SD card slots. This next one here is for the Atomos Ninja Caddy. So my Atomos Ninja 5 that I record with, I can basically just pull the drive out of that, throw it right into here, and it imports footage so fast, and even photos as well. This thing is super nice, super well made. These 2 on the bottom here, you can actually get a hard drive to install directly in there, a little SSD, so that way you can have working drives basically just living on your desk. But if you need to take it with you and actually take it on the go, you can just do that really easily. Chris Ray is a good friend, and he asked me if I'd ever seen or used one of these, and when I told him no, he was like, all right, I'm gonna put you in contact with these guys because not many people are talking about these yet. And it seems like, you know, a media reader, you think like there's not really a competitive market, or at least it doesn't seem like there might be. It doesn't seem like there's much innovation being put into, just a simple media reader. But this thing is amazing. It lives on my desk, and anytime I come back from a shoot, whether it be a wedding or filming a video, this thing gets used all of the time. And last but not least, a book that I've really been enjoying. This is Night Calls by Norris Webb. As I've started culling and sequencing photos for the book about my dad and all the years I spent working with my dad, this one definitely hits home for me. It's a book about her dad, who was a doctor and made tons of different house calls and night calls to different places throughout Indiana, and she's basically spent years retracing some of those routes and hearing stories about her dad and the way that he saved so many people and just all the different lives he touched and the work that he did. She made photos of not only the routes, but also some of the people and previous patients that he had, and tried to basically, put herself in her dad's shoes, the way he would go into people's homes and, sort of his approach only as a doctor, her taking that same kind of approach, going into people's homes and interacting with them in a really soft and gentle kind of manner, but as a photographer. There's some beautiful work, beautiful writing. This is a really, really great book. If you haven't picked this one up yet, if you can find it, check out Baltimore Photo Space, see if they have it in stock. That's where I got my copy. It's where I buy pretty much all of my photo books if I can. Every day when I leave the office here and I go home, I usually stop by the bookshelf on my way out and grab 2 or 3 books to take home to flip through that night after the kids are in bed. And Night Calls is one that I just continue to keep bringing home with me. And that's my stuff. That's some new stuff that I've picked up here recently. It's stuff that you can expect to see videos on here on the channel. Things have been crazy lately, so I thought this would just be a quick way for us to kind of catch up. And yeah, everybody loves stuff and things, so I'm sure people are going to click on this when I throw some of these in the thumbnail. But before we wrap up, though, I'm going to take a second to pay some bills and tell you about our sponsor today, which is Squarespace. I've been using Squarespace for years, way before they ever decided to sponsor this channel. It's the best place to build a website, no matter what kind of business you're running or what kind of site you need. Everything is built right into Squarespace's service. With all the different templates to choose from and customization features, you can dial things in to fit the exact look and feel that you're going for. And no matter what your skill level is, anybody can build a website with Squarespace, especially with their 24/7 award-winning customer service, which is always there to help. So if you want to show off your portfolio, run an online store, an email newsletter, anything you can think of, everything is there at Squarespace. So if you want to try it out for yourself, you can do so entirely free at squarespace.com. But when you're ready to get signed up, go to squarespace.com/MattDay, and that'll get you 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions or thoughts about any of this stuff, leave them in the comments down below, and be sure to leave some, recommendations or thoughts or input. I really want to make, videos that I'm enjoying, and I also want to make sure I'm making videos that you guys enjoy as well. So let me know what you would like to see most from me specifically. There are just so many channels on YouTube these days, and everybody's doing a great job. I just want to make sure I'm doing something that feels right to me, that you guys actually enjoy. So keep the feedback coming. It's always super helpful. But yeah, hope you guys are having a good day. Love you all. See you next time.